Hello there guys, it's LazyBeast here and welcome to the Warcraft Weekly, the show that rounds up the World of Warcraft news from this current week, from both within the game and the community around it. Now there will be a Transmog of the Week section at the end of these videos that I would love you to get involved with, so please do. Now with this being the first episode, I will just briefly explain the format. So what we're going to do is talk about any news from within the game first of all, and then we'll take a look at what's currently in development on the PTR or the Alpha and the Beta when those things roll around. This will mainly focus on retail Warcraft, but we may mention the other versions of Warcraft from time to time if there's interesting things going on there. We'll take a look at anything interesting that's going on in the community, such as community hosted events, and I'm basically going to be scouring Reddit and Facebook groups and all sorts of areas to make sure I bring you guys the most interesting stuff, as well as any dramas that unfold along the way. So in a nutshell, if you're interested in what's currently going on in World of Warcraft, these are going to be the videos for you, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already done that to keep up to date with these, and I will be aiming to get an episode out every week, hence the name. There will be a Transmog of the Week section at the end of these videos too, so if you would like to get involved with that and have yourself featured at the end of these videos, then please do join my Discord. You can leave your Transmog submissions in there in the Transmog channel, and then I'll go through and decide a winner for each week. Eventually, if there's enough people doing this, I may even do it as a poll, so it's not just me who's deciding, and it's a bit more fair on you guys. You can also submit any questions, so we'll do a little mailbox section at the end. Now that can be a question about the game, or just anything in general, anything random that you want, something funny or strange. We'll have a little section for that at the end, so any questions that you want me to answer in the next episode, do submit them in the comments, and what I'll do is probably pick one or two, and then we'll go from there. So let's begin this first episode properly. So, we're actually coming to the end of 2023 right now, of course, and Blizzard have nicely put out a wrap-up video of the year for us to enjoy, which I will link in the description below so you can watch the full thing if you wish to do so. Now, Blizzard did also release recently their roadmap for 2024, and they plan to keep up this pace of content that they've been doing, regular updates. It's quite nice. So we've got a lot to look forward to in the coming year. The next expansion, The War Within, is of course still a way away with Alpha and Beta not having started yet, so we've actually got 3 more patches coming for Dragonflight before that comes around. The first of those, patch 10.2.5, is going to release sometime soon in the winter still, so we're thinking maybe end of January, early February perhaps. And that patch, actually for a 0.5 patch, does have quite a lot of content coming with it too, which we'll dig into slightly more down the line. There's also the mysterious 10.2.6 patch with these skull and crossbones, which does of course signify pirates. I mean, the first time I saw it I thought Day of the Dead, but then why would they do such a weird thing just for Day of the Dead? As you know, it's a one-day holiday, and there's many others that are in the game, so why would they focus on it? But the community speculation so far has been something to do with pirates. Now, there was speculation that the expansion, which obviously we now know is The War Within, before we knew that, people thought that it may have been a pirate-themed expansion where we go to the lands of Avaloren, which is somewhere that's been mentioned in the lore already, but that of course doesn't seem to be the case. Maybe though, maybe it will be. It could be a smaller kind of micro-holiday thing where we go over there, or it could be some new kind of content, so who knows? I guess we'll find out whenever 10.2.6, the mysterious thing, rolls around. We are going to have a Season 4 of Dragonflight, which is going to be just as it was in the last season of Shadowlands pretty much. So they are going to be taking the idea from the Fated raids. They'll probably call it something different this time, maybe Dream Surge raids or something along those lines to fit with the Dragon Isles. In fact, thinking about it, it'll be time related, won't it? They'll be called something like Chrono raids or something silly like that, which is where we're going to be able to go into the raids and they're going to be scaled up to the current season's difficulty and gear levels. They're probably going to cycle once a week again, just as they did at the end of Shadowlands. So one of the raids each time will be, in inverted commas, fated. So you can go in there, complete that as current content, get current content high level gear from it and other rewards. And there'll probably also be a reward for completing all of the raids each time on that difficulty level, which would be nice. There's tons more to come. We will of course be covering all of those things because there's so much more than the little things I've mentioned so far already to cover, so we'll do that as things get nearer the time as well. But rest assured, I will 100% keep you in the loop. So, some things to remember currently from in the game. So, make sure you get your Christmas presents, if you haven't already, from underneath the tree in Ironforge or Orgrimmar. The last day to get that will be the 2nd of January at 6 AM. Now, that time may vary depending on where you are in the world, so just make sure you check your calendar within the game, just in case I've got that wrong for your time zone. This will also mean that you won't be able to do the Mets and Reindeer quest anymore for the chance to get the Highland Drake Christmas customizations. So if you did want those, hopefully you've already got them by now, but you've still got a few more chances left yet. The trading post will also be rotating out its current wares, so make sure you buy anything that you want from those current selections right now. Now, January will be the first month that you can complete the achievement for collecting the monthly reward from the trading post 12 times. So for all those people who've kept up with it and who've done that, you'll be able to enjoy the Ward and Transmog set, which comes in 2 colours. It was actually a colour changing set initially, I think it may still be, but they have heard people's feedback and people were saying basically they wanted to be able to choose what colour the set was, which does make sense, because imagine if you say you transmogged a weapon to a certain colour and then it changed colour, you're going to look a bit off, aren't you? So they've listened to that feedback and updated it so that people are able to choose. There isn't actually much else going on in the game at the minute, so let's look at what's going on the PTR. So bel'ameth is going to be the new Night Elf capital city, which is basically the portion of the Emerald Dream that we've been playing in during patch 10.2, which of course, that new world tree, we brought that through into the actual Dragon Isles in the main reality version of it. So this is basically a fully functioning city. This week there's been some new things found within the city, some new Night Elf cosmetics dotted around the area that you can just go and collect for their appearances, obviously all Night Elf themed. Wowhead have nicely put together this little list here of coordinates so you can just go and grab those if you want them. Another cool thing recently added to the PTR is that the Covenant abilities that we carried over from Shadowlands are having their visuals updated to properly reflect the class identity of the specs that they are used for. Now some of them really needed this as the visuals really stood out like a sore thumb. They didn't really fit within the class's kit, so it's nice that Blizzard are updating that so that they do now. The Revival Catalyst will also ramp up to rewarding a charge each week rather than every 2 weeks when 10.2.5 launches, so this is great for alts and any returning players looking to complete their tier sets, so more charges the better. We've also got the Reclamation of Gilneas to look forward to in the upcoming patch, but they're still keeping things very secretive around that, so we'll have to wait for the patch to find out actually what's going on. Hopefully, I'm hoping, and I think many of us are, that Gilneas will be a properly functioning, fully usable city. That's the best case scenario, but we're still not quite sure yet. It may just be a bit of a story update, kind of a quest line, some maybe cool rewards for the Worgen there, or for the Alliance, maybe a tabard or something like that. But hopefully we get a proper city out of this. That'll be the best case scenario. There's actually a ton of things coming in this patch, so what we'll do, we'll dive deeper into those things as more gets fleshed out and as the PTR continues to be updated. Otherwise, we'll be here for 6 hours. When it comes to the war within Alpha and Beta, they've not of course started yet, but more details have been released on the hero talent system for some of the classes. Now you can actually go and take a look at these on Wowhead for the Warrior, the Paladin, the Death Knight and the Evoker so far for one of the specs, one of the hero talent specs. So these are the new addition to our talents that we'll progress towards when we get to max level in the War Within, to give each spec a different bit of flavour possibilities. It is quite a cool addition, and I can't wait to get stuck into the beta to try these things out, whenever that does eventually go live. I'm going to be playing the beta, and you never know, I may even get in the alpha, fingers crossed. I'm going to be playing those a hell of a lot, so do stay tuned for loads of beta news once that gets rolling. Alright, so Transmog of the Week. This is slightly awkward because it's the first week and obviously there's no submissions, so what I'm going to have to do is just submit myself. There we go. So what I'm going to do is show you my Draenei Warlock. Here she is. Lazy Lock, of course. Now this character, I recently transferred this over to Ravencrest and made it Alliance from Horde. It was an undead. I made it the Draenei. I wanted to get the Eridar customization, so I went ahead and did that. And I just think it looks really cool for a Warlock and this set. You can see the item list there if you do want to go and get any of these bits for yourself. So yeah, let me know what you think. So for you guys, if you want to get involved with this, do join my Discord. The link to that is in the description of this video. Head to the Transmog section and submit it there. And please do include an item list so we can take a look at what you've put together. And then we can kind of go through and help others recreate the set if they wish to do so as well. I am aiming to eventually get some prizes for these kind of things going, so, let's get some practicing. So that pretty much wraps up this first episode of the WoW Weekly. It's a bit of a test, of course, because I've not done this before. So let me know what you think of the format of this. It will improve over time as things go forward, and I'll listen to your guys' feedback as well. But there we go, the WoW Weekly, episode 1 for the end of 2023. Now guys, I would like to wish you a very, very happy new year. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end and for sticking around and supporting the channel. I appreciate you guys very, very much, and I hope you have a fantastic new year in 2024. If you did enjoy the video, please do leave it a like down below and consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this, all about World of Warcraft. Thanks for watching, guys. I've been LazyBeast and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.